Zamar, what is happening?
Hi, Zweli. How are you?
I'm good. How have you been?
I have been good, thank you.
Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. I know the pandemic happened as well, which I can imagine changed so
Everything.
much. It changed.
Not just so much.
Yeah, changed everything. But hey, let's talk about you. How did it change things for you in terms of your music and releasing? I mean, gee whiz, it just stopped a lot, really.
Yeah, it just kind of like, it was just like a dry spell because I had to go into recovery.
Yeah.
And after that, it was like, I didn't even know how to, get back into it because I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to put out right now. And it was like, okay, just get to studio and just start cooking. And that's what it did.
Yeah, and that's very interesting what you mentioned because, with artists, everyone always feels like you're always on, you've always got it, but you're human. And I can imagine as well, when you haven't dropped something for some time, you think and you're like, what's the reception going to be like? You know what I mean? So how do you handle that sort of thing? Because fans are there, we always want music, so,
I know. I think for me, it's just like, I had to psych myself up because it's like stage fright, right? You get up on the stage and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do? How am I going to perform?
Yeah.
So what I decided to do is just kind of surround myself with all the people that do believe in me, and they're the ones who pushed me and said, okay, just keep doing this. You got this. You've never lost it. And I think for artists who make music, it's very easy to forget how successful you have been. Yeah.
And speaking of that success, we'd have to go back to 2015 when you released Cotton Candy with Junior Taurus. I mean, that was back then, and now we say things like Lady Zamar has got one of the most streamed songs of all time in South Africa. She has got a song that has been at #1 for all of these weeks, and there's multiple of them. Does it ever get old, to you? Because I'm sure it happens a lot, but I mean, what's that feeling like?
No, I don't think it's old. That's the thing. It's like, it's actually kind of, it always feels new every single time. Yeah. Every time you drop a new song, every time you start a new project, it's like, can I do that?
And you can. You've been doing it, over these years. Now, it's been, 3 years, I think, since you last dropped Monarch. Yeah, that was the last album.
3 years.
So it's 3 years since the last big project. For fans, it generally feels like it's 10 years because we're like, album. Is it like that for you as well? Because I can imagine you're always working, really.
Yeah, I am also working, but it does feel like it's been way longer than 3 years. It feels like I've been gone for like 5 years. Yeah. Because it's like, for you to release something, it takes about 2-3 years anyway. And now you've been out of the space for like 3 years. It's like, how do I do this? Yeah. But you know what? Music is amazing. Music is something that I really love. So it comes back like you're riding a bike. You kind of stopped and you're like, okay, you start again.
Yeah, and how do you get back into the zone, into that space, the Lady Zamar zone, where you're now songwriting, producing, all of that? Like, what does it take for you to hone in and zone in, I guess?
I think you just keep doing it. You have to keep writing until you pass that point where you're afraid. You keep writing until all the bad stuff and the memories are gone. And you just keep doing it. And the more you do it, the more confident you become. Sure. Because art is it's like you're reborn every single time.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, I mean, we're moving into a new era now of Lady Zamar. Of course, there's a single that has dropped. Tell us all about this new era. What are we expecting? In terms of the new music, is there an album on the way? All of that.
There is definitely an album on the way, but we're not gonna do it the way that people know me. Like it's usually like one song and then this big album. Yeah. So what we decided to do, because I want to delve into different genres, subgenres, but I want to do it at my own pace, at my own time. So what we're doing is putting out song after song after song and seeing which one do I like the most. Because it's one thing to say the fans are gonna love it, because if the fans love you, they love you.
That's it.
So it's about how comfortable are you now, and what do you want to do, and that's what I've decided to do with my team. That we're just gonna keep giving and just keep giving. We're gonna be the gift that keeps on giving up until we have something that we're really proud of. Yeah,
I love that. And just speaking about, you say you're doing things a little bit differently, creatively, how different is it? How difficult is it at times to always come up with a new concept or a new format, and this is the look for this era, because there's so much that goes on. I think everyone just always thinks, Lady Zamar, right, she gets in studio, she records, then she releases the music, but there is so much to it. You have got literally a team behind you. So how much really goes into a project for Lady Zamar?
I think it's more demanding on the team, because with me as a person, it's like, let me figure out who I am right now.
Yeah.
Because every year, I think as human beings, you're changing, right? So you have to figure out who you are right now, and then right from that place, right from that perspective, also understand what's happening around you. Who are the new artists?
Yeah.
Who do you want to be aligned with?
Sure.
Where do you want to place your brand? What sound do you want to come up with, you know? And you kind of like put all those things. It's like a business proposal. You just put it together and you're like, okay, so, and you cannot forget the fact that you have to be creative in this entire process.
Yeah.
It's not like you can do it methodically and be like, yeah, I'm like a drone, yeah. You have to actually like put out your heart and soul in and amongst this entire structure. You have to be able to, you know, creatively create.
Yeah, creatively create, and that's what Lady Zamar has been doing. We've got the brand new single that is coming up in the next couple of moments. We'll power play it, you'll let us know how you feel about it. But hey, get in touch as well via WhatsApp 066-3818-609. Have you got a question for Lady Zamar? Maybe you just want to show us some love, you feel me? Get in touch. We're going to carry on our conversation as well as jam the brand new one. Right now though, we get back into the chart with our guest from last week. In actual fact, it's Elaine, and she's up 2 this week. She has sold so many records in the country, countless #1 hits. She is still in the studio, and I spoke about women in music just now, and I'm very interested to find out from you, you know, looking back when you were growing up and the artists that you looked up to, aspire to, there wasn't a lot of support for women in music, and you wouldn't see a lot of the time, you know, women supporting other women. And you are in an era where there's so much love in the industry, so much support all around. You know, I see your interactions with all the other female artists. How important is it, you know, to, I guess, uplifting young artists, but young female artists as well? How important is that for you?
I feel like female artists make up like the biggest mass of artists in general. But it's always like behind the scenes. It's always like they're the writers, they're the ones creating melodies, they're the ones composing. And sometimes it's like, it's so frustrating. So seeing this brand new emergence of women being supportive of each other has actually made, I feel like it's made the dream bigger. It's making the reality of becoming a musician less scary, less daunting. Because now you know that when you get into the space, you're not going to be cutthroat competing with a bunch of guys. Now it's going to be like, I have a sister, I have a compadre, a person that I can have real conversations with about the real struggles, a person who can celebrate me and understand how much it actually takes for me to be in the music industry, and the effort that it takes to be a woman is so much.
It's a lot. I mean, I do not know. I can't walk a day in your shoes or, you know, any other lady's shoes. So,
one example is just performances, right? When you have, as a woman, you can't just show up.
Right.
You can't just show up. You have to put on glitz and glam, and you gotta stand out all the time, and that's a lot of time. That's a lot of energy, you know. And sometimes your personality does not support that, but because your artistry demands it, you have to do it.
And how frustrating is it? I can imagine at times, you know, for the guys, you get up on stage, you rap, you take your shirt off. Oh my God! And for you, it's like outfit, makeup, this, stage presence, dancers. There's so much that goes into it, and with the guys, and it's not for all of them, you know, but generally, it's so much easier for the gents.
It is so much easier. The other day, I decided to try the risque outfit. And I got so many comments about people saying, oh, now you're deciding to wear underwear on stage. And I'm like, guys don't dress. Guys don't dress. Stop it, okay?
Everyone always something to say.
Exactly. I'm actually fully dressed. I'm fully dressed, and I look good. Celebrate that. Stop criticizing it.
No, definitely. 100%. I'm loving this conversation that I'm having with Lady Zamar this afternoon. But let's chat new music now. I mean, everyone has been anticipating new stuff from Lady Zamar. A few weeks ago, Find Me Now. It finally dropped. I mean, it's a project that you've probably been working on for quite some time. When did all of this start with you moving into the new era of Lady Zamar?
It started in 2020, crazy enough, like in August, where we decided to meet up with a bunch of producers and just started like brainstorming, very resistant. You know, as an artist, sometimes it's like, I don't want to do this. So you're very resistant, but you have these conversations, and sometimes somebody will let you know and take you out of your head and be like, try something different. And that's exactly what we did in 2021. We decided to get into studio, and we had writing camps and all that kind of stuff. And the song kind of started out as like an idea, and then we got JR in the studio to come and help us with the writing, because I was stuck in my head. And so he came, helped me out. We got different producers, and so we finally this year, I think early, we ended up with Lee Global and Lalam Lungu, who then decided to put together this masterpiece that I believe is a masterpiece. And we then had to re-record the song again to match the energy of the production, because now the production has changed, so now the energy has to change. You know, so it was a beautiful process.
Definitely a beautiful process. And in terms of the album, I know we can't dig too much, we can't get all the info out of you, but in terms of 2022, what have you got planned? Is there going to be a full body of work that's coming out as well?
100%. In 2022, we have a full body of work. It's just going to come out a bit later on in the year.
Okay.
The songs are really light, really happy, really like. I think we needed a break. Music is such a transitional thing. It moves with the times. It moves with the people. And I think as we get closer to the end of this year, our spirits are going to be lifted, because we've had such a hard time for the past 2 years. And we need music that's going to, you know, take you out of the trenches.
And speaking, you know, of the music and stuff, I always love asking artists this question, because I think we all have an idea of, Lady Zamar makes this type of music, so she's definitely listening to that. Who are you listening to right now? What are some of your favorite songs? And, you know, are you able to highlight one or two? I don't know.
Okay, favorite songs, Waterfall. By Disclosure and Ray. I think it's Ray.
Yes, it is.
That's like really one of my favorite songs. And I listen a lot. Right now I'm actually listening to Kirk Franklin again, the album Hero. I'm listening a lot to Bryson Tiller.
Love Bryson.
And I am loving Don Toliver.
Alright, okay. That's who Lady Zamar's listening to right now. We're gonna spin the new single very quickly. I had asked you on social media to send in anything that you want. I've got Candy who says, hey Zweli, please tell Lady Zamar that we are patiently waiting for her and Elaine to collaborate.
Oh wow.
I'm pretty sure you get a lot of that, right? I mean, like, if you have an interaction with Shekinah, for instance, and I'm pretty sure people are like, work with Shek.
It's not that simple.
Right, it isn't. You don't just click and it's like, okay, let's get into all of that.
No, you don't. But I will try, you know, for you guys, and I'm pretty sure she will try, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Actually, speaking of collaborations, am I allowed to ask if we know who you might be working with on the upcoming album?
Oh, it's gonna surprise you, but
okay, alright, no, that's fine, that's fine. We love surprises, Let's check our WhatsApp. Here's a voice note from Tobile.